Hi, thanks for watching. I want to tie a Tiger Snealda, and as you can see I'm going to tie it on the tube. I've got a clear inner and outer tubing from FutureFly already on my needle. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach those together. Only thread. There we go. And because I want to balance the hook, I'm going to put on a US tube. It's just a 6mm. And you can use some other stuff to balance this, but what I like is that the US tube is made of brass, so it's not really heavy. It's not heavy at all. It's perfect just so that it balances the hook. So the first thing I'll tie in is my little rabbit strip. Measure it, tie it in on top. There we go. Now I'm going to take some gold crystal flash, tie it in on my side first. Just a couple of wraps. Double it over on the other side. There we go. So once I've tied in my crystal flash, I'll turn the vise, flip it over, and I'm going to cover this bottom part. And for that I'll just use a little piece of rabbit. Just cut the hairs from the strip. Put it on there. Couple of turns, and then with my nail I can adjust it if it's necessary. Yep, looks good. Tie it down. There we go. Now we're going to tie in a set of rubber legs, 2 on each side. Start off on my own. There we go. Turn my vise. Make sure the orange one is on top. Secure that. Cut off the waste. There we go. So once we've tied that in, it's time for some eyes. And I like to use the EP or Enrico Puglisi eyes. And a little trick to make them stand out even better is to take your pliers and I'm flattening the mono. Like so. There we go. I'm gonna tie in my ribbing for my body, which is a medium oval gold tinsel. Tie that in. And for the body I'm gonna use black UV ice dubbing. I'll wind my ribbing. There we go. I'm going to tie in another set of legs. Same procedure as before. Orange one on top. And you want to make sure you leave about 1 centimeter so that later on when you're going to trim them, you can actually pull on it and make sure you can trim quite close. So we can finish off with a neat fly. The other side. Now I can pull on it, snip them away. The last one. There we go. Now the first hackle I'll use will be a yellow hen. I like to create a little V, snip it, and then trim the sides like that. And your thread has a nice grip on it. 2 turns, double the tip over, 2 more turns, and we're good to go. Trim that little tip. Two turns is enough, at least for me. Tie it off. So I'll leave this for the moment, and then I'm gonna tie in a black one. Same as before. Create a little V and then snip the sides. Tie in underneath. Double the tip back. 2 more turns. Now we can snip off this one. Just add an additional 4 wraps. As before, just hackle it. Tie it off. put about 3 turns on there, and then what I'll do is I won't snip it off, but I'll use a little bit of sappy gap on my tying thread. Brush my hackle back with my left hand. 1, 2, 3 turns with the zap. Just wait a couple of seconds. You can snip off your tying thread, snip off the stem. There we go. Once we snip that off, I'll put a little 4mm hybrid cone, little FutureFly cone on there. Just a drop of sap, cone on there, push it, hold it there for a couple of seconds. So what I normally do is I'll get everything ready for my next fly and let it dry for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then I can pull it off the vise and finish my fly. So once it dried, I can take it out of the vise. And as you can see, the tube where I'm gonna attach my hook is a little too long. So I'll brush everything back. Snip it to the correct length, like so. Snip this off. And what I like to do is I just burn it when it's on the needle. That way I always have a hole for my leader. So here we are, Tiger Snealda. Alright guys, thanks for watching and check us out next time.